Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Di, and today we are going to be making this, and this is the tutorial, the long awaited, much requested tutorial for the envelope thingy I did. I can't find my notes, but yeah, I did a video on these before, and you might recognize that one. And it was an envelope booklet. Oh look, I've done my own artwork in there on the first page. Some lucky buyer's going to get that. Wow, okay, so that's what it looks like. Oh, that doesn't have a back flip. Ah, see, they're all different. You can have a flip on the front, you can have a flip on the inside, you can have a flip on the back, or you can have a flip on the inside. But what we'll be doing today is a flip on the front and a flip on the back, and just the two pockets, and we'll just pop some papers in the middle, and like this. So we have a flip and a flop and two pretty little pockets and some pretty little pages, and there you have it. But today we're going to learn out how easy it is to make one of these, because everybody said, we love them, we just want you to show us how they're done. So very, very simple. I'm going to get two envelopes. Now the envelopes, I'll just leave that there while I'm scooting around trying to find two envelopes exactly the same. I like the envelopes with the whatever you call that, the triangular flap, only because in my mind they're proper. They're the proper ones. Oh look, I've got these darling little ones. Let's do a little one. Yes. Okay. Why I'm scrounging around is because I spent hours this morning taping. I hope this is recording. Yes, it is. I spent hours recording, but I grabbed the wrong phone, and then don't ask. Oh, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. It's going to be a great one this year. It is. It's got to be, eh? It's got to be a great one. We won't settle for anything less than great. You're going to need some book page. I had a lot of requests. I wrote them down too, and I recorded it earlier, probably threw out my notes, but I had a lot of lovely people comment and say, can you please show us exactly how you did it? We love them, we want to make them, and so that's what this is about today. So thank you to my wonderful subscribers. I had over 40 comments on that video. It was the most watched video, which was brilliant. Actually, this is one I started earlier. All you do is take one piece of paper that'll fit both envelopes on, and both envelopes the same size. And I don't know, that'll still be in frame, but it's something pretty to look at, isn't it? So I could continue with this one actually. All I have to do is just cut these off. Now the trick is to put them on the pages with their bottoms. That's the bottom of the envelope, that's the top of the envelope, with their bottoms butting each other in the spine, so that's how they lay. And then that's pretty much all there is to it. So if you put them on text, and I like putting them on vintage paper because it gives the vintage vibe, and then you're also saving paper in a lot of ways. I mean, you're using up book page, which is wonderful, and you're saving your pretty papers, or you might only have a little bit of pretty to put on those flaps. I like doing it that way, but you could do the opposite way and put the pretty paper here and text on the flap and decorate it up. You know, like this is only for inspiration. As Tim says, you do you. And play around with it and come up with all kinds of different things. So yeah. All right, so what I've done, you can see there clearly, I hope, I have glued them nicely down onto a piece of paper. Now I have to get paper and cover this here and this here, this so, and that. And then we'll be choosing a piece of paper to line inside. And then we'll be choosing a very pretty piece for the outer envelope. Yay! Right, now because I'm doing it in blues, because I've just finished a blue journal, I'm just putting the finishing touches to it. So the next time I upload in the next day or so, it'll be a flip through of my new blue journal. And I've got to stop talking because I'm getting excited now. And I'm hoping that this will be quick and sweet. It won't be a 5-minute takeaway because it is a bit, you know, it's a lovely thing to do on a Sunday. I mean, I can't tell you, with all the envelopes we used at the end of last year, remember some of those wonderful things we did? I think they multiply in the dark at night because I've still got a lot of envelopes. So the love affair with envelopes will always continue. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so I've got this paper, but I've used this one. And see how the font there is rather large, and this is all nice and little. I think I'd like to keep it consistent, so I'm going to try and find another piece of that paper. And I have some to hand. It's an old encyclopedia, I think, and or a dictionary. Yeah, and it was a really big one, and it's marvelous. The pages are thin. That is also what I like to use, because if you're going to put it inside a journal, we want things to be thin as possible. So I would definitely choose thin paper. I mean, the envelopes are very thin. I'm just going to do a little bit smaller than that. Get my trusty ruler. Okay. Okay. A lot of it's guesstimating, but off it comes. And then I'm going to slip it in here to get the shape. So it's just easier that way without disassembling the whole envelope. You can just slide it in easily. There we go. There we go. Now all I do is trace this outline here and then cut it, and hey, there we go. Right, I'm going to cut that one out. And I'm going to cut it to the left of that line, just to give me a little bit more room, because it was a snug fit. Yeah, so 2024. It's going to be a good year. I can feel it in my waters. Okay. Let's see, how do we do? We did perfect. So when I got all excited, I did say, I hope that when you butt them together and you glue them down, follow the line of the text nice and straight. And I've left probably about 2 lines or 1.5 lines there in between for the spine, because obviously they've got to fold. And it's a good way to get them straight without measuring. Just follow the line of text. provided of course that the line of text was straight. And then I'm just going to quickly glue this down. Perfect. I'm going to hold that there, grab my art glitter glue, which I still think is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm going to right, so that one's down. Just make sure that there's no seepage through glue anything shut. And that is so nice and thin, it's lovely. You can probably tell from the way I'm handling it how nice and thin the paper is. And also it's vintage enough, like they said, I think there might be about 1980 pages, but hey, I think that's vintage now. And that's what gives them their feel, I think, is because they're, there we go, and ta-da, we've got one covered. So we've got the fronts done, we've got the backs done. Well, we will have in a minute because I'll do the other one off camera. And now I'm going to choose a paper to go inside here. And I wonder if this will fit. No, just not. But it might do the little ones that I'll do in a minute. I've also chosen this paper. I'm using a paper kit from Uniquely Ella, which is, I believe she's Australian designer, Marlene, and she's just got a new kit out called Winter Blues, and so that's what I've done my journal predominantly out of. So anyway, yep, I've got those papers. So I'm just going to pause you now, if I can figure out my new phone, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what we've done here is we have got a piece of paper that this is how we're going to line the inside. So that will be stuck down. I've just pushed it all the way into there. And then I'm going to take my pencil and we're going to trace around this piece of paper. Like so. And then we slide it out. And there we have our beautiful shape that is going to be our interior. I'm just going to print another piece of paper out from that sheet from the other side. And I'm just going to cut that to the left of that pencil line like we did before. Because any white edges we can just ink up with Vintage Photo. And I just wanted to keep this video nice and quick for you as a construction video to show how you do it. And as you can see, all you need is paper, book page, 2 envelopes, bit of glue, and whatever you've got lying around to decorate. It couldn't be easier, could it? I'm just going to trim this side off just a fraction, just to make it go in that little bit easier. And then we're going to slip it in like so. And of course, what you can do is also print your own envelopes. Now look at that. That's a lovely interior envelope. You could print your own, use an envelope template is what I'm trying to say, and use double-sided paper, which would be even better. So yes, that's another option. Now to glue this in place, I'm going to open this up and gently prise it apart so I can see down I'm going to use my wonderful nozzle and I'm going to glue down the sides as best I can. Because it doesn't need much. Really doesn't. It will stick in there so well. And along the top. Then lay it down. And put it down. There you go. And that is how the inside of one envelope has been done. You see when you fold it over, you get just a little bit of spillage. So I probably could have cut the bottom off and moved that down a little bit. But I can leave that as it is, because when they're sandwiched together, then we then have to put the decorative piece on the top. So that will be hidden. So let's go right ahead and not worry about that. And glue that down. All around the edges. It's amazing how quick you can go when you've made 55 of them. It feels like 55, I don't know. 2024 should be the very year that I learn how to edit, and then I'd be able to cut and splice, and yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You never know. Okay. Okay. There we go. We've got to find a pretty paper for that one. And I will do the other one off camera, but let's do the pretty paper, shall we? So there was a detailed lady, I think her name was Karen. Yeah, I should get it up on my screen. Have a look, Karen. Karen Hood, I want to say, from memory. Thank you, Karen, for your wonderful comment. And thank you for waiting so patiently for me to do seeing as how this was done last year. At the end of last year. And here it is, a new year, and you're just getting a tutorial. But she said, what might be evident, she said, to you when you're making these things and how you choose and what you put together is not evident to me as a newbie. And I'd love you to talk through your process and how you do it. And I'd love to say, Karen, that I'm just so brilliant that I have a plan. As with anything, I think it's all about construction. Once you know how to construct, you should go back and have a look at those beautiful file folder journals. They were so popular too. And the construction of those, once you know the flippy flop top and all of the rest of it, it's very, very, that's half your battle. And then once you do that, it's just a matter of choosing what you particularly like, and what you have, your supplies. I mean, not everyone will have the supplies that I have. So yeah, all I can say is choose what you love, and it will be stunning, guaranteed to be stunning. Okay, so now to get the right shape for this lovely envelope top, I'm going to trace around this, and I'm just trying to figure out a nice design to put on the front. And I don't know, there was a piece hanging around here that had blue all over it. I might have put it away. Oh, I have this one and I have this one. Now they're lovely. So I think they were off the graphics ferry. So they're free. And I wonder that image is not going to go on there, is it? Because that's going to be just all sky and a little bit of tree and 2 ducks. That still might be all right. What do you think? It could be all right. That is very busy. Busy. But nice. What else have I got down here? You should see my desk. It's fun. You'd be like, oh, I'd like to play in that. I've got lots and lots of little things. Well, you know, I don't think I will use that. I think what I'll do is I'll go back to this choice because I do like the colourways. And I think I can get most of this flower in, unless I turn it up this way. Yes. Okay, well I can sort of eyeball that. So if I cut that down there like that, I'll be able to get that in. Decisions. Let's do it. Let's. Okay, so I'm going to cut this paper here. Okay, and I'm going to utilize this piece, even though it's going to have a little stripe there. That doesn't really bother me, although I could start it there, but then that'll be off to the center. So I'm only going to get a little bit of that, but I think it'll be nice. Okay, let's do it. Whoops. That'll be covered, so it doesn't matter. What's laying under there? Nothing. Okay. Right. I think that'll make a nice envelope cover. Yes, so please use your supplies, use what you have, and especially, I mean, you're using up, it's really great because you're using up scraps, book pages, envelopes. What's not to love? And you could just do one of these. You don't have to make it into like a booklet. You don't have to. You could just use one of these and as one envelope, one really pretty envelope to hang. Oh no, look at that. Oh, what do you think? I like it. Yes, indeed I do. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I can find it, buried amongst everything, I was going to just ink that up quickly. Oh lordy, where's the ink? Oh, that's weird. I always have everything all close. It's just hiding. It's like okay. Yeah. Oh well, never mind. I will definitely just rub out that line though. Just in case. Oh, there's the ink dauber. Now we just got to find the, hopefully there'll be enough on it that I can just ink around the edge there. And particularly along here where the fold is. Just ink along there. Oh, there it is. There we go. There we go. I think that the expression is now I'm cooking with gas. Okay. I do like that. I do like the interior of that. That's lovely. Right. We just might give this one a quick ink. My ink pad's on the drier side, and I like it like that because if it's too juicy and wet, you can get blobs. Okay, I like it. Dear, that looks so nice, doesn't it? It looks vintage. Okay, so now I'm going to just put some glue down along the edges. Try and have a nice steady hand. It's a bit wibbly wobbly, but okay, and just very, very fine. Love it. Okay, now it's a matter of just, you don't get many chances without glitter glue, so ta-da! That's one side done. And that's one side done there. Look at that. We open that up. We open that up. Now all I have to do is just decorate the front. So let's get some nice lace. And here's some lovely wide lace. Okay, I'm just going to pop that across like so. And doesn't that change it? That just adds to something. So you could use decorative papers, digitals, magazine. We should do one out of magazine, although it's really hard to get a magazine these days that have got pretty images in them. You could always be relied upon in Australia to get a Woman's Weekly. And I don't mind that that's overhanging a little bit. That is the spine, but I might do it this way so that it won't overhang the spine. I don't know why, but... And when I'm doing the lace, I'm just going to dot around the top. And I'm using the art glitter glue again. I could use Fabri-Tac, however, Fabri-Tac doesn't come with this wonderful fine point. I have decanted it into a bottle, but it's got a wider nozzle than this, so it's not that, you know, no, it's not what I like. This is much easier for delicate lace. So most important to get each edge, side and top and bottom. You wouldn't want to be doing that in a high wind, would you? And then I just go around the inside of the florals so that it's, because everything else is open weave. So as you can see, only the minutest amount is needed. And because it's vintagey paper, the fibers in the paper accept the gluing. It, like, you get a fantastic contact, I meant to say, fantastic contact. And when you apply pressure to glue things together on lovely old fibrous vintage papers, you'll get an absolute permanent attachment. You really will, because of the fibrous nature. the other day I was working with this and I put it on something and it was, forget now the surfaces, but I was shocked. I'd done it wrong and I wanted to pull it up. And I thought, oh, not without glitter glue. But I did. I was feeling brave. And I ripped it off and had minimal damage. And I thought, oh, maybe the glitter glue's not doing its job. And you get a little bit on you. But if you use a glass paperweight, it acts like an iron and the glass is nice and smooth, and it's marvellous for this kind of fine work. I'll just make sure there's no glue on the tips of those because that's just covering there. I don't want it to stick. Now that's lovely. That is really lovely. And we can do a closure here still to close that. We can stitch in we can do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch here. The only thing I might like to do is to strengthen this. And before I do another thing, I think I should do that right now. I really do. Before I do another thing. It's nearly too late. That'll be on the outside. Well, I can run some lace down there, and that would be a good strengthener. But what I'll also do is do one on this side, just with paper. You might think, well, it's only thin paper. However, the layer upon layer of paper is quite good. Okay, I'll pop that down there. And I can always do a seam binding. There's always a way, isn't there? Well, maybe this is enough perhaps for this tutorial, so that you've now seen how to pop it together. And then the decorating, and it's all up to you now. Okay, so that will be the this will be the inside of the little booklet. And I've still got to decorate that one. But yes, isn't that lovely? So I think that could easily conclude this for a tutorial. I hope you agree. If you think, look, you could have done this or you could have done that, I hope I've satisfied you, Karen. In particular, you had some great ideas, some great tips and questions for me, and I love that. The things that you want to know. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who commented and who asked for a tutorial. And so that is how you put together your little envelope booklets. And if you don't want to stitch in your pamphlets, just pop some elastic in, and you put papers of your choice, tie a little knot, and voila, you have your, now where's that one I'd done earlier? Oh, this one. And that also has the elastic, and that's been done for what, 2 or 3 months now. It looks great. And I've just used the paper obviously inside as well. So you can still use your vintage papers inside and out. And it's all about the flap, I think, and the little decoration that you put on. A little goes a long, long way. So I'm here for inspiration only, and I'm hoping that you're inspired. Please subscribe. Please, if this gets 2,000 views like my other one did, please, every single one of you, please subscribe. That would be incredible. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll be 3,000 instead of 1. They're only numbers, aren't they? We're having fun. At least I am. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for watching if you'd stayed to the end. And don't forget to tag me so that I can see your wonderful creations. And yeah, run with this, go for it, have fun, use up all your envelopes and book pages, and I'll see you in the next video really soon. Thanks. See ya. Bye.